Hi, welcome. How's it going, everybody? Glad you're here. Come on in, hang out. Um, yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about what it's like being trans in the U.S. right now because it's been really, really stressful for me and a lot of people. And it's kind of just like what was on my mind, and you know, felt like if I was gonna go live and talk about stuff on my mind, I kind of just like would have to talk about this. But I'll let you all get a chance to come on in and come kick it. I might make some coffee actually. Sam says, "Man, my repro fam just gonna support me all the way into getting done important chores today. Hell yeah, get it done. You better You better fucking stay on task this whole fucking video, this whole live stream." Hey, what's up, Ava Moon? And Just Mom and Sapphire. Hey, Moses Law. And Gnome. Yeah, I had to take a piss, right. Yeah, it figured I might as well hit go live and then go take a piss and let people fucking come on in. Because it's always like, one or two for the first, like, few seconds, and then more people find their way in, and yeah, yeah. I can do a catwalk for you though. Let's try that again. Hold on. All right. This part doesn't count. You don't have to do the part. Actually, let's see. Hey, work it, work it, work it, work it. What's up? What's up? What's up? The swagger, yeah. That's what I do all day, every day. Just walk down and up that hall. Moses Law says, "Yes, Corinne, I don't care to go out there and risk this increased hatred to almost all parts of my identity." Yeah, for real, it sucks. And then, like, just being online is obviously not, like, physically it's safe, I guess, but, like, every time I go online and go check stuff, it's just like these, like, I've been seeing an increase in, like, AI propaganda posts where it, like, looks like a real person just doing something ridiculous, and it's like rage bait, AI rage bait. And first thing looking at my phone this morning, it was like, I've never in my life seen AI slop transphobic rage bait. Like, maybe I have at some point, but like, I saw a few of them this morning just like on my regular feed, which was really fucking ridiculous. And then, of course, I made the mistake of going and reading the comments because, like, to me, it's like, okay, that's obviously AI fucking rage bait. But let's see what the comments say. And you go down to the comments, and it's just a bunch of people that legitimately think it's a real video and just like saying, really, really fucking evil shit about people that don't even exist. Like actually literally creating a boogeyman in their mind. And yeah, it's gross. There's a lot of hatred, and it's weird because, like, a few years ago people were let's say a decade ago when I first was like learning about what trans people were, there wasn't like overt hate. There was like some people were really uncomfortable with it, but it wasn't like where people just get straight up triggered by trans people in general, and they'll just like go right into slurs and death threats and shit. It's It's fucking crazy. Just mom says prayers for Minneapolis. What, did something else happen in Minneapolis? Did I miss something in the few hours that I wasn't online? I mean, I know that like there's been a number of things happening. Let's see. Oh, I'm catching up in chat here. How's everybody doing? How are you guys doing? And if there's any trans people in the chat today, feel free to weigh in with your, you know, how you're feeling. How do you feel? Oh, cool. And Moses Law also got in the Discord. That's awesome. I'm glad you could join us. It's a lot of fun, and we don't judge if you don't know how to use apps and stuff. I'm kind of I can relate to the boomers on a lot of stuff, including how to use some apps, and yeah, it's totally cool. Mm-hmm. Sapphire's seen the AI rage bait too. I should have like saved the ones that I saw. They were like super weird, dude. It was like there was one where it was some like really like the product of transphobia, where like you know when you look at racist illustrations, it's like everything's really exaggerated, and it's like that's clearly not a real person, because it's like, you know, it's a racist fucking boogeyman kind of, you know, like but it was like some person with like dyed hair, and like they're androgynous and like super just like ugly and like not well proportioned, just like, you know, somebody's like weird prejudiced idea of what they think a trans person looks like, and this person's just like crying, like ugly crying, and like looking down their pants or some shit. Like it was super fucking weird and like really gross, and like kind of like not triggering in a way where like, oh, I can relate, like probably they were trying to make it like, but like triggering that anybody would think that that was like a real person. And then, you know, going down the comments and seeing people like being like typical tranny, and then like somebody else would be like kill them all or something, you know, or like talking about putting mentally ill people in camps, like really gross shit. And I know a lot of that is also AI and bots, but like a lot of it is actual real people who really genuinely can't discern reality from AI, and they're just getting more and more prejudiced, and it's scary, man. It's like, it's actually really scary, because these people are getting all riled up like, I'm not doing anything, nobody else, like no actual people are doing anything, and these people are just getting like more and more prejudiced with all the media that they're consuming throughout the day, and there's nothing that anybody can do to like stop it. It's, yeah, they're being fucking brainwashed by the internet, and there's a lot of corruption in what's being shown and prioritized to people. It's really out of hand. Just a Mom says, yes, a homeless encampment was targeted. Oh my god, what do you, like, targeted how? The police have been fucking with homeless camps for a while, like years, and it's gotten way worse, but yeah, obviously I missed something while I was at the park or whatever. Let me grab my phone. Oh, it's in my pocket, never mind. Yeah, I don't know if it's obvious to you guys, but I've been saying this for a while. We've been in World War III, and we've been moving like dangerously close to civil war, and I would say that it's about time to call it. We're in like, it's not like a civil war like back in the day where people would be like pointing muskets at each other. There are very real deaths happening across the country. Um, but it's like, you know, it looks different in this era, right? Sam is working hard to exist in their own bubble dimension. Lately, I'm identifying as goblin gender. That's chill. Yeah, enjoy that. Stay the fuck away from Babylon right now. It's fucking going crazy. Oh, cool. And we already got transphobe in the chat, and they're banned already. Nice. I expect there will probably be a number of those for this stream, which will further just kind of illustrate my point. So, you know. I'm just catching up in chat. Wow. Okay, there we go. Moses Law says, 3 years ago I actually went to court to reverse my transgender identity as I had anticipated this political shift, but I'm still perceived as I was non-binary. I mean, really, it's just like, you don't even have to actually be trans these days. People are just like fucking with anybody, like, for whatever reason. They just make up reasons. And that's just how it is. Victory Royale is new in chat. You just got here, and the first thing you're gonna ask me is how I feel about Charlie Kirk. Fuck you, dude. Go watch my last my 2 videos. Well, I guess it's technically 1 because the first one got taken down because some fucking loser got triggered and reported my stream. So then I just started a new one. I don't know why the fuck. I'm so sick of this shit. Yeah, I'm really sick of this shit. It's really fucking annoying. And you know what else is like, just I'm sick of fucking people asking the same questions that they've been told are important because of propaganda, like as though people aren't like actual real flesh and blood people living their regular fucking lives and have actual things that they care about going on. You know, like, I'm so sick of people asking me how I feel about trans people in sports. Like, go fuck yourself. Or like the puberty blockers for children. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you know, how do you feel about Charlie Kirk? Go fuck yourself. Like, 100 times go fuck yourself. Like, whatever happened to fucking actually just like conversing with people and seeing people as like an individual? You know, you meet somebody on the street, you chat a little bit, you ask them about their day. You know, you're not gonna point blank walk up to somebody and be like, hey, how do you feel about trans people in sports, you trans person? Like, it's so fucking awkward. Like, what have people just always been like dumbass, rude morons? Like, have they always been like that and they just didn't, like, they at least had this sense of awareness to be embarrassed about that, and now they're just like feeling empowered to just be an ignorant shit? Probably that. Probably they've always been around, and before they just like had some sense to feel like embarrassed about being stupid. But yeah, now it gets you 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So it's like, there's incentive to be a fucking jackass. Jace says, yeah, when people ask me how I feel about puberty blockers and trans people in sports, I just assume they want to piss me off knowing I'm trans. Like, how do you think I feel, bro? Just guess. Yeah, I get that. But also, like, those aren't the things that, at the top of my mind. Like, at the top of my mind, I'm concerned about, like, my physical safety and well-being. And also the fact that, like, people can openly discriminate against me. Which, you know, I always had a distrust of society. That's why I live the way that I do, and, you know, lived off grid for so long. So I kind of was just like, yeah, this is gonna be a shit show anyway. I don't want to have to be like stuck in a system that's stacked against me. So, you know, I'm not worried about my career being completely derailed because somebody wanted to be a hateful bigot toward me, because I work for myself, I do my own thing, but also I'm fucking broke all the time and poor. I mean, I got like basic things that I need. I got some food and stuff, and a place to stay, but like, you know, there never really was an option for me to like have a fucking lucrative, fulfilling career like most people, I guess. Lou and Sapphire said you hit the nail on the head. Yeah. With the people feeling empowered to be fucking cunts, for sure. Hey, Tonya, how's it going? Uh-huh. Moses Law says, in 2006 I was in grad school and I was utterly surprised that people complained about being harassed online for a decade already. Yeah, definitely. I mean, people have more courage to say shitty things when they're online. You know, I really like the internet. Like, I like being online. I like the fact that all of the information that humans have collected is available and I can get it on my phone, and like, you know, I love stupid memes and all the crazy stuff that people put online. I think it's really amazing, and it's really funny and inspiring and cool. And I spend a lot of time online just to, like, you know, blow off steam, watch some funny videos, you know, and just kick it. But I haven't been able to enjoy the internet quite as much lately. It's like 1 out of every 6 videos that pop up is gonna be like something either like overtly hateful or something that's like propaganda or rage bait, pretty much. And it's hard to ignore the things that people say. Everybody ignore Officer Balls. Nobody in chat responds to Officer Balls. Probably gonna ban them in like whenever they annoy me, which is like already. But I just want to see what they do. Yeah, you know, I'm so sick of hearing people fucking talking about Charlie Kirk too. Like, I hated hearing about him anytime. I really did. Because he was such a piece of shit and pushing all of these horrible things into the public, and not only that, but just like bullying people, like going to fucking college campuses and fucking straight up just bullying kids that like actually care about stuff, just being like this fucking piece of shit edgelord. And now I'm hearing about him like every fucking 5 minutes. I'm so fucking sick of it. And yeah, there's a lot more people that like I think the thing that fucks with me even more is that now all of these people that I thought like didn't give a fuck about this guy, or at least like had the decency, if they knew who he was and what he stood for, that they would be like, yeah, fuck that guy. They're all just like crawling out of the woodwork. I didn't see a damn fucking post from a lot of these folks about like many assassinations, like the two, I forget her name, the in Minnesota, there was a couple of representatives that got murdered and their dog, and like these same people who are all like, "Oh, you should empathize with Charlie Kirk," like blah blah blah. Like, first of all, the man did not believe in empathy, and second of all, like, where was all of this energy for anyone else? Like, why is this your guy? That's super funny. Alamo came in and said, nose ring, definitely a liberal. See, this is the kind of person that I'm talking about. These people are so fucking stupid and so, like, deep in this propaganda bullshit, they actually can't see people at all. All they see is stereotypes and tropes, and they've limited their perspective to this, like, caricaturized, fucking unrecognizable internet bullshit. Like, and they think that anybody that they don't agree with or like doesn't look like somebody on Fox News is a liberal. And then they create this straw man, and then they expect you to like fit that straw man, and then when you don't, they get mad at you. And sometimes they hate crime you, or like a lot of times, mostly they'll just like argue with themselves and then just tell you what your point is so they can argue with it. And like what do you even fucking do? Oh, you say, and then Alamo goes and say, "Oh, so you're a conservative, my bad." Dude, you are a fucking idiot. You are the dumbest human I've ever spoken to. That's incredible. Either you're a bot or you really are that stupid. And if you really are that stupid and you're not a bot, then I wish upon you the sense to feel embarrassed and shame. That's incredible. It's like, that perfectly shows what I'm talking about. These people are so fucking deep in the matrix that they think that everybody is one of two things. Either you're a conservative or you're a liberal. Like, bro, newsflash, bozo, the world isn't America. The USA isn't all that there is in the world. There's like, do you understand that there's like so many different backgrounds? Like, outside of the US, conservative and liberal doesn't fucking mean shit. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. You look like a fucking twat, dude. IMC is an idiot also. IMC says your mental health spills over into hate. There you go, perfectly demonstrating my point. These people just make shit up, and then they think that their weird assumptions based on absolutely nothing is reality. I genuinely wish that I could figure out how to like get through to these people to like help them to see how incorrect their weird worldview is. Like, because I don't even want to say worldview, because it's not a worldview. It's like a story. Like, it's a narrative. It's a propaganda narrative. And it's just not accurate. It's not a real thing. So this person thinks that because I look a certain way that I have mental health issues. And like, I don't know, who doesn't have mental health issues? For real? I don't think that there's a human alive that doesn't have mental health issues of some kind. So they're creating a straw man. They're turning me into the rage bait trans person crying the AI slop video, and then gaslighting me and telling me that I am mentally ill and hateful, which is super weird because that person literally just came into my chat and has no idea who the fuck I am or what I do. Just a Mom says corn is a straight shot. Thanks. Sam says dumb folks don't know they dumb because they're too dumb to comprehend. Yeah, it's the Dunning-Kruger effect, you know? It's like they think that they're really, really smart, or like that they know something that other people don't. But it's because they're so like isolated in their stupidity that they don't have the frame of reference to realize that they're fucking stupid and wrong. Patty M says, meanwhile, the young with the brightest minds are being sucked into misinformation. Yeah, I saw like somebody made a statement about how the media apps are like really pushing brain rot content and like stuff that doesn't really bring anything to you, like you don't learn anything or whatever. All the brain rot shittiest content gets pushed to the front, and the thoughtful stuff doesn't come up very quickly. So like you get a bunch of kids that just grow up on this brain rot AI slop, and we don't really know what that does. We don't have ways to test it, but like the ruling class does know a lot more about how that works and how they can weaponize it and how they can neutralize young minds to not question the world around them. You know, you can breed out curiosity and thought in just a couple of generations, maybe even just one, with this new technology that focuses on garbage. IMC says it with a nose ring. Yeah, dumbass, you're like the third person to mention my nose ring. That's not making a point. Making fun of somebody's physical appearance isn't making a point. I don't know if Charlie Kirk taught you that that's dunking on somebody, but it's not. It just makes you look like a fucking 10-year-old that's never been anywhere that they're not related to everybody in the room. It's like, I'm trying to tell you this because I'm trying to help you, but everybody else sees that kind of behavior and they think that you're a fucking loser. Like, if you weren't such a jackass, we would feel bad for you, but you are a jackass. So, you know, when you get Charlie Kirk, people will probably laugh at you too if you keep acting like that. Hortman was the Speaker of the House of Minnesota. Thank you, Zen Ali. Yeah, Hortman and her husband and her dog got murdered, and all of these people crying about Charlie Kirk never said anything about any of that. In fact, a lot of them made fun of them. Basti says, mythical real Paul. What's up? Yeah, I do a lot of interesting stuff. This is just me sitting on a windowsill, though. But thanks, I guess. MV President says, are you a lefty? Also, what's your pronouns? Guys, Americans, fellow Americans, shut the fuck up about right versus left. You guys need to understand that there's like a whole world out there, and there's a lot more perspective than American politics, especially since American politics is straight up rot right now. Like, shut the fuck up. That's so fucking cringe. And my pronouns are they, them. Sometimes he. IMC says, rather be a bozo than a mental health patient on the streets with firearms. That actually doesn't make any sense, IMC. Can you explain what you mean by that? Ray's Place says, I live in USA. Why the fuck would I care about what's going on in another country? If I don't live there, I have no say in their affairs. What? I'm not saying anything about caring about other people's affairs. I'm saying there's a lot of perspective out there, and you have a very limited perspective. And the fact that you're getting defensive about it proves my point. Also, that education in the U.S. is extremely bad. You should want to strive for more. You honestly should want to take enough pride in yourself to like know things about things. And really, if truly you want to only care about what's going on in your immediate surroundings, why the fuck are you on my YouTube channel? Like, why aren't you out in your garden, dude? I don't know what the fuck you're doing then. DMV president says, I'm glad you're conservative. Dude, you're so fucking stupid. Jesse says, rest in piss Charlie Kirk. I agree. Wilma says, do the conservatives need a safe space? Yeah, this ain't the safe space for conservatives. This ain't it. Moses Law says, because the U.S. funds weapons and starvation on civilians and donuts, important to be aware. And that, I don't know what you're trying to say. I think you're getting at the U.S. is absolutely in the business of other people around the world. And that is a good argument for giving a shit about what's going on in the world, because the U.S. government is causing a lot of problems for a lot of people. Philip says freedom of choice. If you want to be intelligent, don't watch stupid trash. Oh yeah, that's easy for you to say. Yeah, shut up, dude. Yeah, you can be intentional and go out of your way to like watch intelligent stuff, right? But like, if it's not as accessible, then you're going to consume trash more. If let's say you live next to a convenience store and you're broke a lot of the time, and there's a health food store, and the health food store is 2 miles away and you don't have a car, okay? So you're probably gonna be buying cheap shitty food at the convenience store a lot. And every now and then when you get paid or something, you might make a special trip and buy a bunch of groceries at the health food store, try to make that last. It's like that. If you're scrolling online and all there is fucking garbage, that's what you're gonna consume because it's around. You know, if you want to go to the library or like, you know, rent or pirate some documentaries or whatever, then you can do that. It's just you have to go out of your way for it more. Basti is getting butthurt. Basti, fucking call me your little tits, bud. Call me your little twisty tits. Zen Ali says, fear of tribal rejection, the ultimate weapon of compliance. Yeah, that too. Alamo is saying some words and I'm not sure what they mean. Bro, you gotta like construct a sentence. Otherwise I don't know how you're insulting me. I can't be insulted if you're not making any sense. .45 is talking about who's in office. Dude, I don't know how many times I gotta say this shit. It's all a fucking smoke show, okay? Genuinely. The entire fucking government is corrupt. The entire U.S. government is run by pedophiles, and it sucks. And they're trying to make trans people into scapegoats. That's what's happening. Literally, we know who the pedophiles in this country are. We know who they are. They're literally the people running this country. They're the fucking ruling class and the politicians. They've all got their names on the fucking Epstein list. And yet, all you fucking hateful shits that are transphobic want to say that I'm the mentally ill one. I'm the problem with this society, with this country. And it's like, no, you fucking assholes are, because you know who the fucking pedophiles are. You know what the problem is. And still, you're looking for any reason to target marginalized people who are already struggling and having a shitty time. It's incredible. Y'all could like really get down and get some shit done. You know, if you wanted to put your money where your mouth is and be like, yo, let's kill pedophiles, go do it. Donald Trump is sitting right there. Go fucking take him out. You want to take out pedophiles? I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about it until you start fucking doing shit. And Charlie Kirk was taken out by an even more extreme fucking creep. All of those guys are apologizing for pedophiles. They're covering for pedophiles. I don't know what the fuck to tell you guys. Like, leave trans people alone. We're literally just fucking trying to live our lives. And we don't have fucking anything. The more you try to scapegoat somebody, you're gonna keep getting further and further off track. Hell says, shoot was trans. Bro, you can't even make a fucking sentence. It's amazing. He was a fucking white Republican, you fucking moron. And he wasn't trans. Dumbass. Hey, we got the 10th person. That's so funny because it's Online Karen. Online Karen, you should meet Boomer Bob. Yeah, Online Karen, you are the 10th person to say absolutely nothing about my nose ring. It's just literally, y'all should just start saying, like, nose ring. Like, you would make more sense if you said that. Like, tell me that you've never been outside of your fucking house without telling me that you've never been outside of your fucking house. Like, how are there literally grown adults wandering around that, like, have never seen a person with a nose ring before? It's a septum ring. Like, it's... A lot of people do that. A lot of people have septum rings. I'm shocked, actually. Like, these people are literal troglodytes. Rockstar says he wasn't Republican, his parents said, but I guess you know better. Dude, who gives a shit? He was raised Republican. Also, why are y'all letting this distract you from the fucking Epstein files and the fact that Donald Trump is a goddamn pedophile? Like, stay focused. HC whatever the fuck says, learn the meaning of the words phobic to mean have fear. You're an idiot, dude. Go actually look up the etymology of the words that you're trying to use and incorrectly using, and then come back and fucking try to have a conversation. But I feel like that'll take years for you to get up to speed of, like, reading comprehension in order to be able to have, like, a sensible conversation with me about, I don't know what the fuck point you're trying to even make. Online Karen can shut the fuck up, stupid cunt. Basti says, what about ism? That's not a statement. Like, you need to make a sentence. Make a full sentence. Online Karen says, so hateful. Oh, Online Karen's triggered. What a fucking pussy. Oh no, I thought this was a safe space. Oh, Karen. Karen, go tell your cop husband to punch you in the eye. That'll make you feel better. It always shuts you up. Go get knocked up, Karen. Have some white children. Fucking crybaby. What a fucking pussy. Calling me a punt. I said cunt, not punt. And you are wrong. Henry says, how long do you think you would last living your lifestyle anywhere in Asia? Indefinitely. Yeah, I've been looking into going to Asia for a while, actually. Oh, I think you're at, like, trying to... I assumed that you know who I am and what I do. Y'all, chat, reprobates. How would I do in Asia? I've been meaning to go. I'm a traveler, like, that's what I do, man. King of Shadows says, all phobias are fears, dumbass, hence to have transphobia means you fear, so yeah, look it up. No shit, I'm a fucking librarian, you goddamn dribbling moron. Do you know what fear does? Do you know how fear works? Now, knowing etymology of a word is one thing, but being emotionally literate is another thing, which you are not emotionally literate, and that's why you don't know that transphobes are transphobes. People react to fear with anger. It's the same reason why chickens peck at each other until they die. You know, if you've ever had chickens and one of your chickens has like a blister or something on them, the other chickens will like freak out and attack it because they don't know what it is. They just have this instinct, this animal instinct to destroy it. It's a primitive response. And because, you know, over like however long, at some point it was better for some chickens to die than for them to ignore something and then they all get sick and they all die. That type of thing. But it's like, chickens, do they have enough depth to actually feel fear in the way that we recognize? I don't think so, but maybe. But it's the same reaction. We have a primal response to destroy what we don't understand. And that's fear. That's a phobia. When you get so triggered by the existence of a trans person, you want to yell at them and call them slurs, and threaten their safety. That's phobia. Unified Mime says, mean. Hell yeah, I am, bitch. You came here for fucking cookies? I thought the fucking right was like tough shit. You guys are fucking babies, dude. Get up in here. You don't know who the fuck I am. Fucking whiny little cunts. Holy shit. This is the first time that I've actually tolerated some of y'all in my chat. And like, this is the fucking saddest bunch of people. I know who my reprobates are. They're cool as fuck. But this is like the first time that I've actually tolerated you fucking bottom of the barrel little troglodyte fucking crybabies. And I gotta say, this is like the most pathetic chat I've ever had on my channel in my entire YouTubing career. So welcome new little crybaby bitches. Come and tell me about how I should be tolerant of you being fucking little bitches. Henry says, so you think your lifestyle and demeanor would be accepted in a place, let's say China? Oh, hell yeah, I got fans in China. I got friends in China too. I don't know what you're trying to imply, actually. I'm just talking to people like you in this manner because you're talking to me in that manner. So if you want to have a nice conversation, if you want me to be nice to you, you can speak nicely to me. Otherwise, I have absolutely no reason to treat you nice. I'm not here to coddle you. Either I'm going to bitch you out like I am, and I'm going to talk down to you for talking down to me, or I'm going to ban you. So there's no other way around it. If you don't like that, you can just leave, and you can circumnavigate that whole situation that you are putting yourself in. If you want to stick around here, you speak to me with respect, or you accept that I'm gonna fucking roast the shit out of you and or ban you. Greg says, I'm neutral, can I be your friend? I don't know you, but you can hang out, man. You're welcome. Welcome to chill. Todd says, so are you a boy or girl? Todd Smith. Bro, read a book. Holy fuck, dude. Read a fucking book. Like, not like a whitewashed American school system book. Like, go outside and meet people. I don't know, man. Holy fucking shit. I can't. This is what it's like being trans in the US right now. I'm literally just like trying to get through my day, and then people are saying this kind of shit. I'm like, for the reprobates, for the homies, I'm just showing you what it's like. This is what it's like being trans American. What book would you recommend? There's a really good book on pronouns. I can't remember what it's called. There's a few. I don't know. Read a book. I like reading. I like Edgar Allan Poe's works. That's like my comfort read because I've read it so many times since I was a kid. I usually have like a full collection. I don't have one right now. I don't know where it went. I think I left it at the library, actually. Oblivious says, tough life, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. For the transphobes or what? Unified Mime says, he just asked you what your gender is. No, that person asked me if I was a boy or a girl. They did not ask me my pronouns. They did not ask me my gender. So, yeah. You give me two options, and I don't fit either of them, I'm gonna roast you. Sorry about it. Go fucking tell your mom about it. Zen says, Howard Zinn, People's History. There you go. Oh, man, is this out? Oh, I got some left. B Law says, I have a trans teen. What is someone you wish someone would have told you then? He needs positive vibes these days. Tell him to keep his circle close, you know, with the friends and stuff, and don't worry about what dipshits, like the random fucking morons that came in my chat to say stupid fucking ignorant shit that is wrong. Don't pay attention to them. Most of them are bots anyway, and the rest of them don't have any friends. They have like actually no like impact on the society around them other than screaming like fucking children online. So like, you know, it is really hard being trans with people screeching at you from all sides about stuff that doesn't even make any sense. And you know, it can get really frustrating. It really can. So, you know, like, what's been helping me is like focusing on myself and what I like to do, and how I feel about things that I have control over, like the projects that I'm working on, my art, music, video games, my friends, like, just self-expression, find community, find a niche, and people that want to argue about his identity aren't worth fucking spending time with. Like, I tolerate a lot of my, not all of my family, but I tolerate a lot of them, even though they do say like really ignorant shit a lot. And sometimes it's like really not appropriate, okay? But I pick my battles, and I have made it clear, like, once it goes from like genuine ignorance into malice, that's where I'm gonna be like, no, I'm out. Like, fuck you, like, and I've had to do that before in the past, with members of my family, and come back around, and I was like, okay, have you grown up a little bit? Are you ready to like talk and just be cool? And so they know, like, that's what happens when they fucking push me. They'll, you push somebody away, and I'll fucking walk away. I don't feel obligated to stay in a relationship where I'm being hurt. So like, just setting that boundary is cool, but like, how much emotional labor you want to put into other people is completely up to you. Like, some people, I feel like I do owe. Like, my mom did a lot for me growing up. She wasn't perfect. She was pretty fucked up to me a lot, but she was also really, really cool to me a lot of the time too. And like, so I've just been really, really patient, more patient than I would be with other people. My biological grandma, though, she never did shit for me. And when I tried to talk to her, I didn't meet her until I was an adult. So also, I don't feel like I owe her anything. But when I started to try and talk to her about being trans, she started saying a bunch of transphobic shit. And at first I gave her the benefit of a doubt, like, okay, you're just saying ignorant shit, and try to explain my side. And then she just like doubles down and starts saying this dumb shit, like these fucking brainless troglodytes keep saying about like mental illness, or like God says that being trans is bad, or I don't know. They just literally just making shit up. It's not in the Bible at all. And then it becomes obvious that she's not trying to understand me. So I told her to, I said, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Feel free to get a hold of me some way when you've grown up and have figured out how to be respectful. Until then, don't fucking talk to me. Lanny says, I don't care what you do. You shouldn't give a fuck about what I do. Be you, but don't throw shit on us because we think you're different. Isn't that the attention you wanted in the first place? Lanny, first of all, I've never seen you in my chat before. Like, are you new? Who is this guy? I didn't invite you. So that was completely unsolicited, which is weird. That's a weird thing to say to somebody that you don't know, you've never met, and they didn't invite you into their chat at all. Yeah. I don't know what kind of attention you think I was trying to get, but you're giving me attention without me asking for it. Yeah, I literally don't know who the fuck you are. So, I don't know why you thought I would give a shit about what you had to say there. Powder Girl says, you only have one mom in this world. No, I don't. I have two moms. My biological and my adoptive mom. And also, I've had a couple of female figures in my life that I've thought of as mothers as well. Don't erase people with complicated backgrounds, all right? I know you didn't try to do that, but not everybody only has one mom. A lot of people have more than one mom. And some people don't have a mom. There's so many different kinds of ways that people experience life. I'm going to scroll back a little bit. We got 75 people in chat. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're one of the cool ones and not one of the fucking troglodytes, hit the thumbs up button. Also, if you want to, there are links in the description. There's PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. If you want to get down with the kickdown, I'm fucking broke again. I got some parts for my car. And I'm going to be putting those in hopefully soon when they come. And, so if you've gotten anything out of anything that I've said today, make sure you get down with the kickdown. $1, $2, $10, $100. I don't care. I mean, I do care. $100 would be dope. Busted Tech, give me $100 right now or fuck off. Dan, my pronouns are they, them. And Sam is posting the PayPal and Venmo. I would love if somebody got down with the kickdown, to be perfectly frank. I just went grocery shopping and now I'm fucking broke again. Unfortunately. And I am an amputee. My prosthetic leg has been in very bad disrepair, and I've been trying to get a new one for the last, like, over a year and a half, and it's not going well. What's the $100 going to? Directly to Slab City Library, probably, actually. If I'm being perfectly honest. I was gonna make a joke about it being drugs or something, but I don't do that anymore. I used to. I used to be like, hey, give me money so I can do drugs, and people would be like, fuck yeah, here's some money. I don't do that anymore, though. Amy's going swimming. Hell yeah, Amy. Take care of yourself. Unified Mime says, how can one person be plural? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Are you talking about they, them pronouns? Because the singular they has been used since before the 1700s. I don't know if you know that there's two forms of they, possibly more. They all, like all of them, and they as in that person, that one person, the person that you don't know the gender of, or maybe they use non-gendered pronouns. It's not that hard, man. Like, seriously, just read a fucking book. You guys are, you're killing me. Holy shit. That's, like, if you had asked me that question like 5 years ago, I would have been like, you know what, that some people genuinely don't know, and that's fine, you know, like, there's a singular they, yeah, people can be a they, them, like a one of them, that works, one of them, we use it all the time, you use the singular they every day of your life, yeah, but it's been a while, like, people, that, at this point, y'all are trying to be ignorant, you're just like, you're actively trying to stay ignorant. Cigarettes are expensive, you should quit. I didn't ask your opinion, Dan. Also, I smoke American Spirit Rollies, so it's a lot cheaper. Ash says, does it offend you when someone uses the wrong pronouns? That's actually a good question. No, it doesn't. It just makes me not like them. I'm not, like, offended. I'm just, like, if somebody's, like, consistently calling me she, her, then, like, we're just never gonna be friends. Like, if I'm working with them or something, and I've explained it to them a bunch of times, and they're, like, actively trying to misgender me, then I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, that guy's a fucking dick. But I'm not, like, at work to be affirmed. I'm at work to make money, you know? It's like, you just kind of get around it like you would a pile of dog shit. Does that make sense? Like, the media wants you to think that fucking trans people are running around and the biggest problem that they have is that they're triggered over pronouns. That's not the case at all. Most people are like me, and they're just like trying to get through their fucking day. And yeah, if you're calling me the wrong pronouns, then we're just not ever gonna be friends. And I'm probably not gonna tell you all the cool things that I tell my friends, or like people that I trust, or people that show me a small amount of respect. Yeah, I'll just step around you like I do dog shit. Unified Mime says, Discord is the only thing that will bring people together. I'm trying to have a conversation. Yeah, and I'm here to have a conversation with you. But I'm not responsible for your feelings, okay? So if I'm practicing my free speech to express myself, and you get all butthurt and start screaming in my chat, I'm going to ban you. That's just, you know, and that's not my fault. That's your fault. So in order to have an actual discourse, you need to accept a certain amount of responsibility for yourself and the way that you conduct yourself in an exchange. In order for an exchange to be civil, you need to participate in civil exchange. B Law says, do you ever assume pronouns? I assumed the pronouns of my friend's car yesterday. I was showing my friend how to plug a tire, and I was like trying to get the tire plug in there, and I was like, come on bitch, you know, and I'm like, you gotta talk to her nice, you know, and then I was like, oh, I'm sorry, what is your car's pronouns? I totally assumed that your car was a she, but you know, cars can be any gender, and they were like, yeah, she's a she, and I'm like, okay. Yeah. Unified Mime says, what is the biggest problem trans people face? Um, Brutal murder would be probably the biggest one, I'd say. In a lot of states, trans panic is still a valid defense in court for murdering a trans person, even if you like don't know them. Yeah, and also the fact that all of the right wingers, when Charlie Kirk got murdered, immediately they were all like, "We're gonna hunt down trans people because this was a trans person," and now, even after finding out that it wasn't, they're still trying to make it a trans people problem. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Also, just like being unfairly fired from your job would be a, you know, second. Obviously, getting brutally murdered after being raped is something that happens a lot to a lot of trans people. It's a lot worse than getting fired from your job, but, you know. Unified Mime says, I don't get butthurt. I feel very concerned about saying the wrong thing to you as you've gotten very upset multiple times since I've been here. It sounds like you're kind of a pussy, actually. And that's not my problem. That's a you problem. So handle your own bullshit and don't try and force your fucking emotional labor onto me because that's not my job. I'm actually being really, really nice to you, too. Been very patient and explained a lot of things to you. And at this point, you're just taking and taking and taking. And it's not enough for you, is it? So yeah, take care of your own emotional bullshit because that's not my problem. Everybody else here is having a great time interacting with the chat. Reprobates, how are y'all doing? Hey, we've got the 14th person saying something about my nose ring. Wow, very very original. Greg says, I mean, it's obvious disrespect if people are purposefully labeling you something you clearly don't associate with. It's true, Greg. You're completely right. But, like, in this political climate, it's better to just let things slide because if I tried to argue about anything related to my identity or stand up for myself as a trans person, I'm very liable to being hate crimed. So I kind of just, like, move past it, you know, like yeah, I do have a right to stand up for myself if people are like misgendering me, but you know, that's not my main concern. Powder Girl says, do you have any tattoos? I want to get one really bad, but parents don't want me to. This is not a YouTube channel for children. Why would you tell me that? Tell your parents that you're on YouTube channels that you're not supposed to be on. This is not age appropriate. Get out of my chat. B-Law says, how old were you when you knew you were trans? I don't know. I never even met a trans person until I was like 19 or 20. But yeah, probably around then, like maybe when I was like 21. Holy shit, Unified Mimes, you are so fucking tiresome. Oh my god. I'm not gonna read that fucking comment. And I'm gonna put you in timeout for 24 hours. You can come back when you've grown a pair. Club Psychiatrist says, we're making music for the world. Revolt and stand. Fuck yeah. Gnome says, I feel troglodytes are being marginalized in this stream. Oh, how the tables have turned. I'm being real nice letting them hang out. Most of the haters have never met a trans. Zen Ali. Well, they probably have. That's the thing. Like, if you're a trans person and you live somewhere where it's not okay to be trans, you're not going to come out as trans. you're just gonna stay in the closet and possibly commit suicide at some point, or fucking move to somewhere else. Hopefully move to somewhere else. But yeah, I think everybody's met a trans person. It's just that if you think that you've never met a trans person, then you're not you're not a safe enough person for somebody to confide in you and open themselves up like that. Jay Clark, you need to don't say a trans. That's not how you say it. You say a trans person. I don't know who else said that. Zen said a trans. Yeah, stop saying a trans. That's like it sounds like you're talking about an animal or something, like a zebra or fucking a cow or something. It's a trans person, a transgender person. It's something that you are. Awesome. There you go. Glad I could help. I wasn't taking it personally. It's just like I want you guys to go out and be able to talk to people and not make them think that you're trying to insult them. That's why it's important. I think if I'm the only trans person that you've ever met or known that is a trans person, and like you genuinely want to like figure out how you can be a more safe person that people want to confide in, or whatever. Maybe there's yeah, I don't know, but if I'm the only person in your life that you can ask questions to, that's fine. I'm not gonna ever kick you guys out if you just ask something that's like kind of ignorant. If you're not coming from a place of malice, if you're not trying to like be an asshole, and you say something that's like kind of not like correct to say, I'll just explain it to you. I don't take it personally. I'm not like mad about it. Um, I just want to help you guys. Greg says in Asia it's very common to see a lot of trans people. They're part of society, especially in Philippines. Dope. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've heard the Philippines is pretty sick. Paul says the worst thing about being trans for me is other people. Yeah, I can see that. That also kind of goes with the whole like brutal murder thing though. Ash Mashtando says, and Iran? Iran, really? They're cool with trans people? I didn't know that. That's interesting. I've always thought, yeah, I've always thought Iranian culture was pretty neat, but I don't really know a whole lot about it. Well, we got 50 people in chat. Let me find my phone and see if anybody got down with the kickdown. If anybody wants to get down with the kickdown, I'm broke as a joke. You don't gotta be a baller to drop $1. And if you thought it was funny watching me fucking tear into some ignorant folks, maybe throw $1 my way. I don't know. Oh hey, I see Deborah did kick down a few minutes ago. Thank you so much, Deborah. You're a fucking sweetheart. Hold on, let me grab my phone. Yeah, that was kind of fun. I should do more streams where I just invite fucking D-bags into the chat and just like roast the shit out of them. Alright, let's see. Hi, Satan. Oh, it's about Satan's doggy treat time, too. Who wants to see Satan get a puppy treat? You want a treat? You want a treat, bub? This is the real trans agenda. It's, just petting dogs. See, I'm bringing Satan into your spaces. This is Satan. The trans agenda is to worship Satan. That's what's going on here. And I have a tribute to my Dark Lord. Satan, do you want this? Here. Good girl. Hail Satan. All hail. What a good girl. Sam says something about Joe Rogan said that something about Iran does not have gay marriage, but it's totally fine to be trans and have a hetero marriage. Huh. It's, you know, the human race, we're trying to get up to that, you know, up to a certain level of, like, social acceptance and whatever. But, like, everybody's working from, like, different foundations, you know. It's so funny to see, like, how inclusiveness and acceptance manifests in other regions of the world. Because, like, places can be, like, really forward thinking, but also really backward thinking in other ways. Jay says, abs poppin'. Thank you. Club Psychiatrist says, nah, you take care of business. Your Satan channel is dope. Hell yeah. People fly to Iran to get sex change surgery there. It's wild. Whoa, I didn't know that. Trippy. Wow, we got rid of all the fucking newbie trolls. Where's the fucking trolley bitches? Did I scare them all away? That was way too easy, man. I was ready to go for, like... I could have gone with that for another hour, I swear to God. Man, where's the Charlie Kirk fanboys? Come on. Get in here. You guys are weak. Holy fuck. Oh, I'm disappointed. I thought I was going to get bum rushed. That was like 10 people. Shit. I have ADHD and autism, but I got like the spiciest version where like I don't know. I get a little crazy, man. I get really fixated on certain stuff, and then I just want to take people to task over it. I know, the trolleys got tired. It's their bedtime. It's alright. They gotta go back into their little holes so they can rest their weird meat sacks inside their heads because they did a little bit too much thinking. I am done says no sense to debate when everyone is one-sided. There's totally true. It's not so much debate. Like I don't debate people like that because they're not here to debate. I put back exactly to them what they bring to me. So, you know. Vegas Struckus says they can't have a conversation past the bullet points. The news tells them they ran out of ammo. Exactly. Yeah, literally. All you gotta do is just like not take the bait. Just keep moving it around you, and then they run out of shit because like they really count on you to like fit their narrative. So then they're primed with these certain like buzzwords that will get you triggered into an argument where they already know what to say to piss you off the most. That's exactly what Charlie Kirk did too. Oh, let's see. Oh, Chris also kicked down on PayPal. Thank you so much, Chris. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you. Let me take a look and see if anybody's got anything on the Cash App, just in case. I don't want to miss anybody. Nope. That's fine. Jesse says, they weren't prepared for corn. Superior intellect, honestly. Dude, literally, it's so fucking counterintuitive, but, like, the trick is to not argue intelligently. Just notice, like, use the intelligence to, like, see what they're trying to do, and then do anything but what they want you to do to react to what they're talking about. Like, just don't feed the trolls. I don't know. It's like, yeah, the more you try to make an intellectual argument, the more you're losing. Because that's what it's designed to do. But if you just go pee pee poo poo at the right times, it pisses them off and then they run away crying. That's why, yeah, straight up. just pee pee poo poo. You can actually literally just say that at the right time. You gotta time it right. It's like, it's part witchcraft, part science, okay? Jesse says, you handle yourself splendidly. Thank you. I am done says, didn't you T-Boy wrestle and did you win? I did, kinda. It was more of a performance. But, I don't know. I guess I kinda won. It was really fun. John says, pee pee poo poo. That's right, you got it. Good job. See, it's easy. No. Just to be clear, it's okay to feed the gnomes. Hell yeah. Sam says, stop giving away my magic goblin tricks, Corin. That's my whole playbook. It's, you know, if it works, it works. Hell yeah. Yeah, what a day. Holy shit. Yeah, I've honestly been, like, really stressed out, for a while, but today I kind of just, like, it kind of just, like, caught up to me. There was just, like, a lot going on. I really needed to take a break and rest yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to do that. And today I just, like, I got hit with some executive dysfunction. I didn't get, like, a whole lot of anything done. Which, you know, it's fine. There was nothing that I, like, absolutely needed to get done today, but I realized, like, how much I have been affected by, like, cultural fucking discourse. And honestly, like, I don't know. It has been, it's been affecting my mood. It's just been like, it's kind of like, you know, when you're going to school, right? Like, going to school as a kid is already hard and stressful, right? But, like, if you've ever had a bully at school, you know how much worse that makes it. So, like, having society in the US, like, a lot of these people just empowered to be fucking bullies, that's what it feels like. It's like being a kid in elementary school going to deal with a bully that you, like, can't tell any adults about because they're like, oh, Jimmy, no, Jimmy is great. He's great. He's a good kid. We love his parents. We love him. Like, you know, you're not, you know, and, like, everybody's trying to downplay the fact that, like, Jimmy keeps fucking making your life miserable every time you go to school. It's kind of like that. Like, there's only so much you can do to, like, make your school day more enjoyable, right? Like, it's out of your hands. There's nothing you can do. You've told people that you're being bullied. They're not doing anything about it. Like, what can you do? That's what it feels like to be trans in the US right now. I'm gonna roll a smoke. And if anybody wants to get down with a kickdown, that's a very surefire way to make my day. If you want to make my day better, go ahead and toss $1 in my Cash App or Venmo. I'm gonna go grab my rolling papers. I thought I grabbed them, but I didn't. Hold on. All right. Oh man, did my chat freeze? Chat, say something. If nobody says anything, then my chat froze. The last post is from I am done. Says, don't be, it will work out. that doesn't really help me, man. Like, when people are saying, like, I've been feeling depressed or, like, stressed out, like, it doesn't help you to say, don't be, it's gonna work out. That's, like, unhelpful. It's more appropriate to be like, yeah, that sucks, man. You know, at least you're, like, validating what the person's feeling. And just be like, oh, yeah, word. Like, literally, that's better. I really like this lighting. Yeah, I think my chat's frozen, y'all. Okay. I'm getting in. Okay, while I roll the smoke, I'm gonna ignore the chat for a second while I roll the smoke. If you want to ask me any questions about what it's like to be trans right now in the US, now's your chance. I will be ignoring all other questions. Go ahead. Ask away. You are currently on a live stream of a real live American crust punk trans person. And I will tell you like it is. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I mean, I give a fuck about people's feelings and that, like, I hope y'all are doing well, like, inside, you know. But, like, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, you know. Alright, let's check on... Now I gotta find my fucking live stream on here. Let's see. Oh my god, my phone is taking forever to load. Come on, man. There we go. Oh, hey, we got a kick down through Super Chat. And that is from, who is that from? Brian, thank you. Thank you so much. Brian says, hate can't beat hate. Everyone find your peace. That's right. Yeah, you gotta fix your relationship with yourself instead of, you know, lashing out and trying to punish other people for being different, you know? It's true. Thank you so much, Brian. And I do appreciate kickdowns of any type. YouTube does take like 30%, however. So, and I also it only pays out once a month. So if you want to donate direct and not give money to Google or give less money to Google, I know Peter Thiel owns PayPal or whatever, but you know, I can actually just like access it and whatever through PayPal or Venmo or Cash App or something. But you know, it's all good. I do appreciate it. Alright, let's see. Jay Clark says, how's the romantic life for a trans person? Everybody is an individual with individual stuff that they're into. I'm one person. I can't speak for what the romantic life is like for all trans people. That's not how it works. My romantic life is pretty cool, I guess. I've been taking a break from dating for a while because I went through a really fucking crazy, fucked up breakup that like screwed me up really bad. And I got into therapy like right after that weird fucking breakup situation, and I'm still in therapy actually. Not just for that, but in general. But you know, it really fucked me up. So I've just kind of been not really like putting myself out there. I've gone on like a couple of dates, but like nothing too serious. Oh, Jay Clark says I cash out. Thank you. I am done says then you pretty cool is understandable. Okay. Happy to help. Anybody else got questions? What's it like being a trans person? Anybody? Even if it's like a really ignorant question, I will tell you that it's an ignorant question, but like you can ask it, you know. We're here to have an actual honest discourse and learn a little bit. And I'm giving some of my time to folks that otherwise might not know trans people or ever be able to ask these types of questions. Ooh, I really like this. Like, oh man, I wish that there was a mount here so I could just like sit here. That's kind of nice. Ooh, I like that lighting a lot. This is why I like this phone. It's got a good camera. Let's see. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Nope, ain't gonna work. Alright, I'm coming in. Ooh, maybe we'll see a helicopter. There we go. There's lots of helicopters. There's been a lot of stuff going on in LA too. Still protests and a lot of police action. They had like part of LA shut down yesterday and part of today, I think. I'm not sure what was going on. I haven't been able to find out any reason for why that is. Sapphire says, we have to work on ourselves before we can really have a good relationship, I believe, and I'm still not ready after 20 years since my last relationship. You know, I mean, yeah, it's like you wanna work on having a good relationship with yourself. Otherwise, you're just gonna, you know, you're not gonna fulfill yourself in a relationship with somebody else if you're not fulfilling yourself in a relationship with yourself. Sam says, being a trans dude seems to include very expensive items like binders, particular underwear, etc. It is lots of work being trans. I disagree. I have like one binder. I just kind of steal from Target. I steal like sports bras and just double them up. And I don't know, like, I think maybe that's the impression you get from being online because rainbow capitalism. And it's all like, oh, you want to pass? Here's these special underwear that you can wear that, like, you know, you're affirming underwear. I'm not saying that there's not people that like do need and use those types of things, because there are, but like, you know, you don't have to have a bunch of things to be a trans person. It's, you know, it's just products that help people that exist. Jesse says, what's the best thing one can do as a trans ally in your opinion? Just like normalize trans people, you know, if people start talking about like complaining about trans people, you'd be like, you know, dude, what are you talking about? Like, are you serious? Like, you know, kind of like what I was doing to people earlier, just like almost like shame them for being so uncultured, that sort of thing. Because like trans people are normal. We've been around since forever, and it's like, I don't know, people left unchecked like keep triggering themselves and get more and more riled up about just nothing. So like kind of, I don't know, I guess like directing that train wreck in a way, I guess, or like trying to derail it before it hurts somebody is kind of important. Just like, you know, talk to people in your life and just level with them and be like, look, you know, fucking just evolve or get left behind, you know? Grow up. Hey, Tommy just got down with a kick down on PayPal. Thank you so much, Tommy. You're awesome. Fuck yeah. Thanks to everybody that kicked down today. You're fucking rocking my world. Zen says, do you have a different name on PayPal? Yeah, that's it. Ash says, I don't think shaming people is the right way because it will push them further away. I disagree. I think that shame is like a useful tool sometimes. I'm not saying like use shame as a punishment for people, but getting them to realize that they should feel ashamed for what they've done helps, because then it's a gateway to empathy, and then they can realize that they're actually like hurting people. You know, if you feel, if I say something really fucking dumb to somebody, like let's say I accidentally said something really racist to somebody, and then somebody came to me and explained why what I said was like racist and hurtful, I would feel ashamed. I would feel shame for my ignorance. You know, I would feel embarrassed at the very least. Like, I would be like, oh fuck, that really made me look like a fucking asshole. Because I'm not. I don't want people to think that that's something that I am. I think that some people should feel shame. Shame breeds resentment? Not necessarily. Hold on, let me grab my drink. Also, you're talking about a completely different kind of shame. You know that there's more than like one type of shame, right? There's like there's a number of like ways that people feel shame. There's like, more like embarrassment or humiliation. That's like, if you're getting caught up in semantics now, and it's not correct. It's just semantics. There's a lot of ways, things aren't as like linear as we think that they are based on our linguistics. Like, words are just clumsy noises that we make to express complex ideas. So there's this like study on how like especially English speakers actually have a really limited perspective because of the way that we relate ideas to allegory. We think in allegory a lot, and I talk in allegory a lot, which is, it can be really helpful for illustrating a point. But when like the thing about English speakers is that like it actually wires our perception of how things work, and it limits our perspective on things. So keep that in mind. Words they fall short to express the full spectrum. Oh, when did I cut off? Damn it. Jesse says, we evolved to feel shame for a reason, right? It helps us to belong to a community because that's how our ancestors survived. The fear of being thrown out of the village kept bad behavior in check. Yeah, totally. That's more of a, like, what's the word for it? People that study, like, society, like, I guess a sociologist or, like, an ancient, like, there's a technical term for people that study societies and like the growth and evolution of societies. I forget what that's called, but yeah, I mean, it's not, it's something that like we feel for a reason, and that is because we're a species that lives in community. Oops. All right. Let's see. I'm just gonna check and see if anybody else got down with Kickdown so I can shout them out. And if you want to join us in the Discord and hang out and talk with people a little bit more about stuff, there's all sorts of sub chats you can join, and there's a lot of cool folks in there. Raise your hand in chat if you're in the Discord, and then you can see who you'll be hanging out with. It's a good time. Why the fuck? Alright. Let's see. Do I not have an internet connection? What's going on? I have internet on here. What's happening? Oh my god, I'm just trying to shout people out. Holy fuck. Okay. Well, on PayPal, we got the three that I already shouted out. Deborah, Christopher, and Tommy. Thank you again. And see if there's anything on the Cash App. And while that's loading, I'm going to see what's going on in the chat. Holy fuck, why is my phone so fucking slow? Jesse finally joined Discord? Hell yeah. Oops. Did my stream drop or something? I feel like my stream might have dropped. Are we still here? Hey, it looks like somebody kicked down through Cash App. James and Amy. Thank you so much, James and Amy. You're both very kind. I appreciate that. Let's take a look at Venmo before I go. And if you want to join me on, follow me on Instagram, Patreon, whatever. You can find me on, like, everything, just as Cornelius Van Gogh. Alright, nothing on the Venmo. Sweet. Well, I'm gonna fuck off. Thank you all for joining me today. That was kind of fun doing a little trolley stream. Maybe I'll do it again sometime. Yeah, I'm gonna get stoned and I'm gonna play some Zelda now. So thanks you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you again some other time soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. Make sure you hit the bell notification icon if you want to see when I go live, because it is irregular. Yeah. Alright. Take care. Have a good night, folks.